Let's review the short story elements. Plot is the series of events that occurs in a work of literature. View the plot pyramid below that you might be familiar with, and notice where the different plot points occur during the story. Review the types of irony below. Situational irony is when something that we don't expect to happen happens. Verbal irony is when a character says the opposite of what he or she means. And dramatic irony is when the reader knows something that the character does not know. Review the different points of view below. First person point of view, the narrator is a character in the story and refers to himself as I. Third person limited, the narrator reveals the thoughts of only one character and uses he or she. Third person omniscient is the narrator knows everything about the story and reveals the thoughts of all. There are also two main types of characterization. Indirect characterization is when the reader has to figure out a character's image and personality using the clues in the text. Direct characterization is when the author specifically describes a character for the reader. Indirect characterization means using the Steele method to determine information about a character. S is for speech, T are for thoughts, E effects on others, A for actions, and L for looks. Symbolism is the use of one object or idea to represent another object or idea. Therefore, symbolism is very important to understand the deeper meanings of the text. Also, symbolism can be used as indirect characterization. Characters can be flat or round. Flat characters are not important and they might only have one or two characteristics. Round characters are complex with many personality traits. They have many characteristics, high importance, and much depth. Characters can also be static or dynamic. Static characters do not change throughout the story. Dynamic characters do change throughout the story, and this change is an inner change. Foil characters. A foil character is a character who is the opposite of another character. This creates a contrast in order to highlight particular qualities of the other character. Conflict drives the plot of a story, and there are two types of conflict. One type of conflict is internal conflict. This occurs when there's a psychological or mental struggle within the mind of a character. Internal conflict typically is man versus self conflict. Another type of conflict is external conflict. External conflict occurs when a character is faced with some kind of outside force such as nature or another character. Man versus man, man versus society, man versus nature, and man versus technology are four different types of external conflicts. Mood and tone are also important aspects of a text. Mood is the attitude the reader has from a text or work of literature, and tone is the attitude the writer gives off toward a subject. These create a lot of feelings surrounding the text. There are easy ways to determine mood versus tone in the text. For mood, think of how you feel after reading a text. What mood does it put you in? For tone, think of how you would describe someone's tone of voice who is speaking to you. What do they sound like if they are happy or upset? There are a variety of mood and tone words you can use to describe mood and tone. View the mood words and the tone words below and become familiar with how you can describe the mood and tone of a work of literature. Remember that it is important to become familiar with all these different short story elements. These are important elements of short stories and will help you in understanding how to analyze or explain a story or text.
Created using Powtoon.